Welcome to the Family Freedom Caller, brought to you by the Texas Homeschool Coalition and the Family Freedom Project. It's not uncommon this time of the election cycle for new families that have not been part of the Texas Homeschool Coalition or the Family Freedom Project for very long to ask why we spend so much time and resources focused on campaigns and endorsements. Let me give you a real-life example. In 2019, a family in Kaufman County reached out to us because Child Protective Services, CPS, had taken their 4-year-old special needs son from their home with police without even investigation and refused to tell them why. It was a horrible situation that every parent prays will never happen to them. Our team launched what became a 5-month legal battle on behalf of the family to get the child returned to his family. We battled for that family on 3 different fronts. On the legal front, we had attorneys representing the family in the local court in Terrell. At the hearing, known as the 14-day hearing in which the state has to justify its taking of the child, the courtroom was filled with supporters of the family. They were shocked to see the judge ignore the lack of evidence of abuse and to rule to leave the child with CPS. At the appellate level, our attorneys were filing briefs asking the higher courts to take extraordinary action on behalf of the family. The Court of Appeals denied the request, and so we filed the same action at the Texas Supreme Court. On another level, we were fighting a public relations battle for the family who had been told by the local court they could not speak publicly about the case. It's called a gag order. If they did so, they could be jailed. So we created and posted a video that went viral and took the case to the court of public opinion. Finally, we fought for this family on the political front. We asked elected officials to sign on to the briefs that we were filing with the Supreme Court of Texas to increase the validity of the family's case. There were some officials who came to the aid of this family in that way, including their state senator, Bob Hall. In fact, he was in court locally for every hearing to show his support for this innocent family. He also contacted CPS. However, one elected official who never helped in any way was that family's own state representative, Keith Bell. He never attended a single hearing, never contacted the family, never intervened on their behalf with CPS, never joined other lawmakers in signing our legal briefs, never made a single public statement defending the family or taking CPS to task, didn't make any contributions toward legislation that would protect future families from similar harm. In fact, we were recently provided with a recording of a phone conversation where Representative Bell told a constituent that it would have been like putting a noose around his neck and waiting for someone to pull the lever to hang him if he were to get involved publicly in that case. He refused to come to the aid of an innocent family that lived in his district because he was concerned about how it would affect his political career. Eventually, the Supreme Court of Texas forced the return of that little boy to his family because CPS had never shown the child was in danger. Keith Bell stood by and watched CPS abuse an innocent family in his own district and did nothing. It won't surprise you to know that Keith Bell was one of 21 Republican House members who voted with all the Democrats to kill Governor Abbott's parental choice and education bill last year. It didn't surprise us either because he also voted against legislation in 2021 to allow homeschool children to take part in extracurricular activities in the school district in which they live. The voters in HD4 need a representative who will represent them not just when it is convenient or politically beneficial for him, but even when they are being attacked by a state agency. And that is why THSC is endorsing Joshua Feuerstein for state representative in HD4. That is also why it's critically important to vote for elected officials who protect and defend the families of Texas. Please go to thsc.org and click on the endorsement page to see the candidates that we have vetted and endorsed. And please go vote for these candidates who will support families. And if you found this episode valuable, please share it with your friends and fellow homeschoolers. Until the next time, stay strong, stay informed, and thank you for helping us keep Texas families free.